An interesting turn of events in terms of state of origin and the number 7 jersey, as Nathan Cleary not too long ago suffered a hamstring strain in the Panthers clash against the St George Illawarra Dragons. Now, nothing's been confirmed as of making this video, which we are doing straight after the match, but the consensus is that he'll most likely be missing game 2 of the state of origin, which brings into question who will take his place if he does. And that's what I'll ask you boys. Now, the front runner, obviously Nicho Hynes, who is the backup halfback. Given the circumstances, I'll be interested to see if they actually pull the trigger on Nicho. You know, it's a must-win game at Suncorp Stadium as well. And if they do they keep the pairing of Jarome Luai and Nicho Hynes? Stylistically, you'd think there's a bit of a clash between the two, as they do have similar traits. Nicho obviously with an advanced kicking game in comparison to Luai, but that's not saying much. As good as he is a halfback, we haven't really seen Nicho control matches through tactical kicking, which in Origin I feel is a must-have. Just look at DCE versus Nathan Cleary these past couple of matches. Come to think of it, we haven't really seen him dominate a big game at all. And this is damn near as big and as high stakes as it gets. Now, if they want a proper general, if you will, or tactician we'll say, who on their days can display near flawless tactical kicking, there's a couple of options out there. One, Mitchell Moses, who's third in line now for the Blues. He was next in line after Cleary until Nicho Hynes popped off last season, and it's not a bad option, to be honest. It raises another question, like, if they do bring in someone outside the current team list, does Luai still get the 6? I mean, we have heard them talk about liking the idea of having club combinations, which brings me to my next option. If Nicho goes to 7, do they do something crazy and bring in a Matt Moylan at 6? Yeah, probably not. Or my pick, and no, that's not Broncos bias, but Adam Reynolds, who hasn't really gotten a proper shake at the Origin level. You can say what you want about him being injury prone or whatever, but you can't convince me he isn't the, if not the best general play kicker in the league. He's definitely top 2, and he is a big game player. You can't say the same for the aforementioned players. Renault's been to the top of the mountain, and staying on that club combination tip, although they aren't teammates anymore, but do you bring in someone like a Cody Walker? It's funny because in our Origin preview, we're talking about the possibility of seeing an informed Cody Walker, Adam Reynolds, and Latrell Mitchell in this current New South Wales Blues spine. I thought if the Blues had this type of spine that they would put more points on the board. I mean, it's all speculation, but it's fun to think about. That's my pick, Adam Reynolds. That experience, big game experience, has to count for something. And plus Suncorp, he'll feel right at home. I don't actually think that they will pick Adam Reynolds or Cody Walker, to be fair. And as a Broncos fan, I low-key hope they don't. It'll take some big nuts to make a call like that. And I'm not saying Freddie doesn't have the nuts, but he's made some pretty questionable selections these past few series. I'll say that. If you have any opinions on this topic, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Luai keeps his jersey? And do they just slot Nicho in the 7, opening the door for like a Matt Burton on the bench? Or Burton and Hynes as halves partners? Or do they bring someone outside the team list for the 7 and move Nicho into 6 or something? One thing's for sure, Nicho Hynes needs to start, if they plan on using him, in my opinion. It opens up the door for so many other options for that 14 jersey, a Matt Burton, Damien Cook. Some interesting and nervous times for Blues fans. Are kind of exciting and just overall fun to think and talk about for a league fan in general. But yeah, like I said, how would your Blue spine look if you were Freddie? For now, we're going to wrap it up there. I'll catch you boys later for some St George Illawarra career mode. As always, if you did enjoy that, be sure to run a shit of that like button, and for more Rugby League related content or more content in general, go ahead and drop a cheeky sub. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.